Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. It has been quite a while. Today we're going to be playing some Figure Fantasy, or formerly known as Figure Story. So I'm going to be playing a bit of this game on the channel. I'm going to be jumping in with a couple more first impressions of other games. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do like it, consider sticking around, leaving a like, and potentially subscribing to the channel. But anyways, we're going to be jumping straight into things. So this is Figure Story. I actually really like this game. So essentially what it is an AFK arena kind of like clone, but it's an AFK arena clone that actually puts a bit of effort in and actually does a good job and tries to be a little bit different in some ways. So we have the main point of the game, which is the figures. So this game you're collecting essentially anime figures, which I think is really, really cool. So let's go through just some of the characters right now. This one is one of my favorite ones, probably my strongest character in my team currently. You can get this one by purchasing any amount of currency in the game. Oh god, sorry, pardon me. You can get this one by purchasing any amount of currency in the game, and you will just get it for free. You can spend literally 99 cents, you can spend $100, you can spend whatever, you'll get this, and you'll get a bunch of other little rewards too to go along with it. It's really, really good. Then we've got all the other kind of characters I've got. We've got this guy, we've got a couple of just really, really cool, really interestingly designed characters. Like, this is like, what is this shit? It's like a spider kind of mech kind of thing. It's cool. This girl, Megan, she's actually one of my favorite characters. I really, really like the way she looks. I think she looks awesome. I just want to point out as well, this game looks a lot better on the phone. It looks great on PC on the emulator too, but this game looks really, really good on the phone. It looks really crisp and clean. Also got characters like these. So essentially, not all these characters are the legendary rating characters. They technically are, but the way this kind of game works, it works the same way as like AFK Arena. You get a character, you get a duplicate, you upgrade their rarity to essentially higher levels. And that's the whole point of the kind of games. Any character can become somewhat viable and good. So it's very good and very free-to-play friendly in that regard. But you also get a lot of free summons, and you get a lot of dupes as well, which is kind of necessary for these kind of games. If you played AFK Arena, you know what I'm kind of talking about. You use dupes to like level up. That's why they give you so many summons. But it's also fun if you like doing summons. You get a bunch of summons in the game, and it's really, really enjoyable. So before we get into some combat, one of the things, features I do want to touch on, which is really cool, which is this game's kind of like Dawn kind of system, but it's actually different and interesting, which is why I like it. It's called the Otaku Zone. So essentially, it's like a shelf that you can like customize, put your figures on, and arrange and stuff. So we can like take like this shelf here, like move it around. We can put ornaments on the shelf. We can put ornaments down. We can put figures down on the shelf, and there's a bunch of different things we can do. I actually think this is a really, really cool system. And essentially, I can't remember what the system is called in AFK Arena, but there's a system where you put these characters, like 5 different characters, into a system down, and then the minimum level is what the level of characters will be, and it'll make any of the other characters you put on the shelf that level. So essentially, it's like a faster way of essentially leveling up characters without having to dump a bunch of resources into it, which I really, really like. So let's just jump into some of the systems and the battles and stuff. So we got all the different game modes here. I haven't unlocked this last one yet because I am not at the point of that. 9-1 is quite far away from where I am. But yeah, so let's just do some combat. I don't know if I'm actually going to pass this, simply for the fact that I'm not sure, because I'm kind of like at the point where like I'm a weird point, like catching up to the enemies are starting to catch up to me in levels, so I'm kind of actually having to put time in and grind out a bit more. So yeah, so this is kind of formation you got. So this game's very good with like formations and stuff. So you can like put different characters down in different positions. You can take from the side and put them down wherever you want. As you can see, this character in the middle is a support character indicated by the blue lines. She'll give a buff to all the other characters that she's like connecting to at the very start of the fight. So I'm just going to start the fight, and I'm going to turn auto off so you guys can kind of explain the way combat works. So they'll do all their actions on their own. They won't do any. I don't have to interact with this at all, other than the ultimate. So I choose when they use the ultimates just by clicking here and essentially doing the ultimates. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this. You can just chuck it on auto mode. It's better to just chuck it on auto mode, honestly, if you really want to. But the advantage to actually timing your ultimates is you can actually time them correctly. Sometimes the AI will not correctly time the ultimate. Like, there will be an instance where it'll use it on one enemy when it could have used it on 3, like a second later if you just killed that enemy kind of thing. So yeah, the AI is not obviously the smartest, but that's the advantage to playing auto manual kind of thing. So yeah. Anyway, so we passed that pretty easily, and that was actually easier than I thought we were going to do. I thought we were going to fail that pretty quickly. Anyways, So that's the main story chapters. It's like story. There's like animated cutscenes and like just normal text dialogue cutscenes. But there's a bunch of really cool cutscenes. They've actually put a lot of effort into this game, as you can see. Like even just like the idle screen, like all the detail. There's like animations. There's little things that happen. They've actually put a decent amount of effort into this game, and it definitely shows. And this game is actually really good for that. So let's go over some of these other game modes. You got Sacred Tour. Now Sacred Tour is probably what this thing's one. It's probably most unique kind of game mode. So essentially the way it works is you go into, I'm not going to jump into these because I've done quite a few, but essentially you go into a map with predetermined characters, not necessarily your own, and you're given like a bunch of criteria to fill. So it's not quite like a puzzle, but it's more like you've got to like problem solve to see how you can utilize to meet all the requirements and get all the rewards. So for example, with this one, you have to have the Vasilis hit 2 enemies with his ultimate and finish the battle in 1 second. For example, I've achieved both these 2 requirements, but I can't figure out how to finish the battle in 1 second. I'm still trying to like figure that out. Obviously, I'm probably just dumb and it's probably really obvious from around my face. But yeah, that's an interesting kind of mode. I haven't unlocked the big 3 yet, so we'll get around to that another time. Final battle. This is essentially your boss fights. Now, the way this kind of works is, say for example, you do the first run and you do X amount of damage, and then you'll get rewards for that amount of damage, but you don't kill the boss. Then you can come in another run, and if you do more damage than what you did in the previous run, you'll get more rewards, but you won't get rewards for the existing amount of damage you've done. So I'm going to jump into this. We're going to see if we can win this one. So I don't know if we'll be able to do this, but we're going to jump in here and hopefully we can do some damage. I don't think we're going to kill this guy, but this is essentially how this kind of works, and it's really cool. So it just kind of plays through autos. I love the design of this dragon. Like some of the models in this game, for like enemies and like other characters and stuff, are just so good. They actually did such a good job with some of the characters, and I think this dragon looks sick. Like if I was to have like a figure of it, like a dragon toy, like that's what I would get. It looks so cool. So as you can see, we didn't get rewards there because we already opened those rewards. You'll see like once we get like obtained like 1, that's when we start getting rewards again. Obviously, as you can see, I've already done damage to this boss. I haven't quite killed it yet though, so we'll see how that goes. But we can just keep on hitting this guy and keep hitting him, and eventually we will. Once we do enough damage, we might be able to kill him. But I feel like we're not going to pass this sim. My strongest unit has already been killed. So yeah, we're definitely not going to pass this one. But yeah, that's essentially the way this kind of works. The battle animations in this game are actually pretty good as well. They do think there's like cool, like pre-rendered kind of animations. I think they look sick. Actually, no, we're definitely. So this guy's going to be killed in the next couple for attacks. Although he did just heal a bit there, but no. So we get. I'm almost at the point of being able to beat this boss very easily, but not quite there just yet. So that's the general gist of that kind of mode. There's obviously different bosses. You'll get more of them unlocked the more story you do of the main story. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The Board Game Odyssey, essentially, it's just more stages with like different stage kind of like things like hard battle, chess, crossroads, different things like that. That's pretty self-explanatory what that is. Then you got Nightmare. Nightmare is your just standard tower, climb the tower kind of game mode. So it'll tell you what enemies are on the stage there. It'll tell you what rewards you get from the stage. Let's just jump into one of these. These are pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. They're not complicated at all. So obviously I've got my units here. These are the ones here. We just start the fight. We choose the buff before the fight starts. I'm going to choose the range buff because I actually have a lot of range units that do a lot of damage. So I'm going to grab that. And then you just fight. And then you get the rewards for obviously clearing the tower. So I kind of like this mode. It's your standard tower mode though. And you just basically clear as much of it as you can. I haven't spent a huge amount of time doing them just yet though. But it's honestly very good mode, very simple, a lot like all the other kind of gachas that do this similar kind of thing. And yeah, you get rewards. It's a nice way to get some little, some extra gems and stuff. Alrighty. So the last and the final mode, and probably the one I'm going to find the most enjoyment out of, but I haven't really delved into it too much yet, and that is Brawl Club. Brawl Club is essentially PvP, not live PvP, but it's like a AI control PvP. So there's tournament and then ranked. I haven't unlocked ranked yet. That's obviously a lot later. As you can see, 13-1. But let's just jump into a PvP match, see if I can kind of do it. Oh god, I'm getting massively outpowered here. I don't think I can actually. Okay. Is there anyone that's like in range? Please, game. Okay, we're just gonna fight this guy. We're gonna lose, but we might as well. I just want to show you, obviously, what it's like. It's just like any other normal battle. We're just fighting other players. We are going to get our asses whooped, though. I'm just gonna say that right now. So obviously, with good team composition and good formation, you can fight characters that are like above your level. But I have not got good formation just yet because I'm still learning how to play this game. So I'm going to obviously get my ass kind of kicked here. But yeah, oh wow, he took like, oh, he's got a shield. Okay, so yeah, you need to do good like character combinations, and I just quite haven't got that yet. So that's a little unfortunate. Wow, that did like no damage. He's did so much more damage. What the hell? All right, so my setup is clearly like way worse here. Oh god, yeah. I am getting my booty clapped. Jesus, they do like so. Wow. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was, but some damage reduction thing on their side. Okay. Interesting. I need to look into PvP more clearly. Anyways, guys, that's the general gist of the essentially the game, and you do get a bunch of summons for the game. The game gives you very, very free to play friendly, and they'll give you tons of summons. We're gonna jump in and we're gonna do a summon right now. We're just gonna do a single. I don't have enough currency to do a full summon at the moment. You'll get plenty of summon tickets as well. Oh, we got a purple. Okay. Probably already one I already have. Yeah, I've already gotten that pretty sure before. I think. I don't know. Anyways, but that's the general gist of the game. If you guys think this is something you might like, then consider checking out the game yourself. I'll leave a download link in the description below if I remember to do it. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for new guys, and hopefully you guys have a good one. See you later. Bye.